I would like to introduce you to Ken Wall, a very godly man and my dad.
Today is May 10th, 2026. If you're reading this before 2:20 p.m. today, Darlene and I are still on a plane heading to St. Martin. Today is Mother's Day and it's also my birthday. We celebrated Mother's Day on Saturday with our two daughters, who spent a lot of time preparing for a special Mother's Day celebration at lunchtime. They made all sorts of these little sandwiches, and they made sure that Dar had her favorite, which is scones and clotted cream. Now, if you've never experienced scones and clotted cream, you are greatly missing out on an amazing delicacy. It was a great success. The main reason that we are going to St. Martin is to celebrate our 48th wedding anniversary, which is on Wednesday, May 13th. To my right is a picture of Darlene, the love of my life, at the age of 22 when we got married. Darlene, in 1978, was voted one of the top 10 most beautiful brides in the world. But I was the only one doing the voting. The best Bible verses to describe Darlene are from Proverbs 31, 10-12. A good wife who can find. She is far more precious than diamonds. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not harm all the days of her life. This sure is true for Darlene, as she has been a superlative wife in every shape and form. Not only that, but she is by far my best friend. I would like to give you a little glimpse into our lives. We met in first year at McMaster University and got to know each other on a social basis. Our first date was the following year on October 10th, 1975. I like to say it is interesting to note that after our first date, I knew for certain that I was going to marry her. Of course, I didn't tell her this until much later. On the first anniversary of our date, October 10th, 1976, I went out and bought her a very pretty garnet ring, as garnet as her birthstone. Then, just a short time after that, Darlene and I together started looking for a diamond engagement ring, and I got down on one knee on Saturday, October 23rd at Webster's Falls here in Hamilton and asked her to marry me. On May 13th, 1978, we were married at McMaster University by Darlene's dad, who was a Baptist minister. He walked arm in arm up the aisle with Darlene and dropped her off with me. Then he carried forward and then married us. Darlene's dad was not only a very godly man, but one of the most wonderful people that you'll ever meet. I grew up to love him, and I dearly miss him. As a side note, we had a reception at the Scottish Rite, which is the background for The Handmaid's Tale. One of the members of Reverend David Camber's church was Frank Fordham. Frank thought the world of my father-in-law. He was a bigwig at the Scottish Rite, and as a wedding gift, he gave us a hall there to use for our reception. He also arranged for the women who did the meals for the Scottish Rite to give us the meals for their cost. For the meal, we started off salad. We had a choice of turkey or roast beef, and then we had a wonderful dessert. All this for the cost of $6.35. Just think about how good of a deal that is compared to today. You can't even buy McDonald's for that amount. It is incredible to think of the fact that we have now been married for 48 years. Darlene loves me as much as I love her, and we have a great marriage. As you can imagine, it is hard to come up with unique anniversary gifts, but this year I've come up with something spectacular. And I say spectacular. I went online and I found this website that will make a romantic song for you. So I sent away and got one made up for her. To make it more special, I had to include a number of things about her. When I got the song back, I immediately played it, and it was amazing. In fact, as I was playing it, I had tears streaming down my cheeks. It was just that good. Here is how I'm going to present it. As soon as we wake up on Wednesday, May 13th, I will get her to sit down, and then I will tell her I have two special songs chosen to tell her how much I love her. As I'm about to play the first song, which is, you're in my heart, you're in my soul, you're my lover, you're my best friend. I'm sure many of you know that by Rod Stewart. I will ask her to listen carefully and see how quickly she can recognize it. Almost immediately, this will be the case. Before I play the song that was written for her, I will tell her that this song is a little obscure. But please listen carefully and tell me as soon as you recognize this song. I wonder how long it will take before she recognizes that this song is about her, since her name is mentioned a number of times along with the names of our 3 kids. I am sure that from the moment I start playing this, I will once again have tears flowing down my cheeks. With all the things that we will be doing in St. Martin, I am pretty sure that she will not have time to watch this video. But if she does, she will have no idea what the song will sound like. As I love to say, may the good Lord be with you until we meet again next week.